Take it away,
So
Ariel. Seal.
last time on D&D, we witnessed a huge crack occurring in the realm tree, and immediately afterwards, via her connection to the fairy queen, Ciel felt her crying out in pain and felt a lot of psychic backlash. Meanwhile, we were having our own combats. We were dealing with a half minotaur, half centaur creature. Um, and then we interacted with a cloaked figure that entered combat as well. It was saying in Sylvan something like, "Asked her, what do you see? Go check on the ritual. I'll deal with them." And it remained to fight us. It was levitating. He had a prosthetic mask. There was this. Um, there was another creature, a shadowy creature inside the chamber that Voldred attacked, and the problem is that the mage cast a time stop followed by a meteor storm, which almost killed all of us. Luckily, Torbran was able to survive and manage to get us back on our feet. We healed ourselves under a beacon of hope, and basically after the meteor storm, the mage kind of just left us be. Um, and then we had to deal with the Etin, another wonderful combat. um, and it was basically, I believe it was an undead Etin. It was gargantuan, very dangerous, weak to radiant damage, immune to necrotic. Sir Lothar intercepted attacks. The Etin downed Torbran. Ariel healed him. We basically kept getting ourselves just above 0 HP a lot last session. Um, the Ethan at one point did a move called Warlord's Cry that brought back shambling companions of his. So they were zombies and they were helping him attack us. But luckily, we had Vold's turn undead on them, and he managed to also down the Ethan with his spiritual weapons. And after that, we had an earthquake below, taking much of the city with it. And there was a huge chasm that erupted towards the hilltop. And gargantuan scaled wings, the lunar essence of a dragon emerged, the lunar spirit. And that's where we left it off.
Picking up from that visage, the ruins of the rubbled, destroyed building, this former possibly palace. You are not quite at the feet of, but pretty much front row view as this, for lack of a better word, avatar of a deity ascends above you. Each gust of its winds putting out fires, sending gusts of wind knocking you all prone. The few remaining structures here, having taken substantial damage, many are flattened with each of the thrusts of its wings as it goes higher and higher. I would like a perception check from those who are taking in this moment, please. And if anyone wants to do anything else, you all have a round. Please let me know what your characters would do. So we have an 11 from our perceptive dwarf, but a natural 20 to start things off from Salothar. Seemingly the first time in your career on the ball and looking and paying attention. This demigod visage captures your attention. You would see that this looks very much material, tangible, part of this realm. And with a natural 20, you hear amongst the scattered cries and screams and the battle that's still ensuing around the remains of this city. Picture the siege of Asciliath. Apart from where there's still rubble and bits of housing remaining, it is now just flattened, and it is just a complete ground zero. But with a natural 20, you hear what you would only perceive to be the noise of an elephant, a trumpet. And surging out of the rubble, rising at the feet of this dragon, comes an equally radiant lunar white-colored mammoth with a troop on its back. And you watch as in its tusks is a half beast, half minotaur, as it chomps down and splits its torso in half. Rising from the wreckage is Zivdar in his true lunar form, and seemingly all but one of his companions. Catching their attention with your natural 20, I'll say you have an opportunity to either rejoin with that group as they're sort of 100, 120 feet away from you, or alternatively, you can immediately take cover from this beast. What does the party choose to do?
I would say to rejoin with them
I agree.
personally.
Probably for the best.
I agree. But we need to move now.
Yeah.
Aye, no
Okay.
time to
Right,
sit
I'm
down.
gonna tell me twice. Right, boots, come on, let's go.
Can you keep up, old
King
man?
Hopolotamus looks over to you and says, I would appreciate a bit of a carry if that's okay.
Ribbit.
I'm going
Oh,
to
yes,
put,
yes.
Comprehend
That's all
language.
you
I'll
hear. I
use-
forgot. That's all you
I'll
hear.
use comprehend languages.
I am
Okay.
going to put him into one of
You
my
get the
belt pouches.
translation.
Either way.
Oh no, he's like 3 foot tall. Like he's just gonna knapsack on like a koala bear, onto the back of one.
Okay, yes, fair enough.
All right, then get on me back, you frog. Ribbit.
As you carry the king unceremoniously as you make your way back over to Zibdar's group.
I'm flying.
Oh, you're flying.
I'm using
Very
my
well.
boots.
As you click your boots and off you go. Simple enough. You reconvene, and you can see this party is worse for wear. And there is just a solemn atmosphere amongst the companions.
What happened?
And not quite sure we've got time for it now, says Havoc.
Well, we might as well be done with our part. So we're going to follow your lead.
How many did you get?
I'm going to look at Ariel. All of them, I think.
Spider, Centaur, Etin. We missed the cloak
Mage.
mage.
We didn't kill
got
him
the-
yet.
Yeah, we got the hag though.
Mm-hmm.
Zibdar, did you catch that big one? You just hear the trumpet roar. Still one more out there. We got the Lion Man and that beast, but not before he took out. And you just see as like the female orc is red eyes of fury, carrying on her shoulder the lifeless corpse of one of the other orc kin in this party.
Mm-hmm.
As the dragon soars above you all, another gust of wind. I need you all to now make dexterity saving throws as you're still effectively right underneath it. DC is 15. On a 15, you take 4 points of bludgeoning damage as you are just knocked prone.
How much?
4 points on a fail.
Okay.
Nothing on a success. As more remaining rubble kicks up and the dust storm around you begins to almost form like hurricanes of storm, just of dust and silt and debris, as the clouds forming overhead are beginning to envelop and cast a dark, overdrawn shadow in this vicinity. I would I would say, as a carryover from your natural 20, after repositioning around this beast, you just glance up and Salothar, you just catch the smallest glimpse of a figure on the neck of this great beast that you missed previously. There's something riding it.
Ariel, who and what could be riding that?
How should I know?
This is your realm. It makes more sense to you than it does to me.
Yeah. I don't know who leads the dragon.
Well, there's someone on it.
That's terrifying. What if it's another spellcaster?
Oh, if that's the case, then we're heavily exposed here, so we should relocate.
As you draw the attention to it, Whisper looks down and says, "It's a small masked creature. Doesn't look particularly tall."
Not be done. I swear to God.
You are going to have to explain that at one point.
Oh, I'd be dead before then.
And I thought I was the pessimist. Come on, gentlemen, pessimism or not, we need to stay alive.
How
Mhm.
high up is the dragon?
It's hovering over, I would say at this point, it's been a couple of rounds, so it's at least 200 feet above you now.
Okay, scuffs my plan.
But Varish, the alchemical wizard, he leans in and he's just like, "I've got enough juice for one spell if we're getting out of here."
Ariel,
Well, what else can we do?
you heard the lady. Let's get the hell out.
Havoc nods, as does Varish. You see Delugar, tears streaming down the streaks, disrupting the sudden debris on her cheek. "I'm not leaving without their head." Zivdar turns, looks at all of you, disapprovingly at Delugar's response. But he's in mammoth form and you can't understand him.
Mhm.
Vice says, "I think our order's an order. Let's get out of here." As he runs to what is the nearest looking semi-shoddy stone wall that may perhaps act as cover, and begins casting a ritual. The rest of the party gesture for you to follow.
We
Mhm.
follow. I'm going to look at the orc girl and say, there's times to fight, and there's times to pull back so you can fight another day.
I
Right
need
now,
you to
stay
make
go-
a persuasion roll with disadvantage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Aw.
That's a natural one. Delagra looks at you, puts a hand over your mouth, and in that moment, just almost nonchalantly throws the 100+ kilo weight of a body onto your shoulders. She picks up the axe of Zalraz, and you watch as she beats her chest and she casts enlarge upon herself and grows to 20 feet tall.
Oh.
Seeing if you don't move, she gives you a push with her heel now.
She gonna take down the dragon by herself?
Havoc
This-
screams out. Zivdar returns to his form. You can see there's a tear in his eye as he turns to you all and says, "She's buying us time."
At that, Lothar nods and hefting the body from one on both his shoulder from the single one, he nods again, then goes back to the group.
This is
Quite
such a
some mad lads.
disaster.
Varish looks up quickly and just asks, "Where to?"
I suppose back where we came from, Ariel. We need to at least report back as to what we've seen here.
Isn't that the tree that was split down the middle?
Yeah.
There's no back.
Or somebody must still be alive there.
I look over at the tree. Is there, like, is it just a healthy tree that's just sort of cracked in the middle from like a lightning strike, or is it like, is there anything else
Dead.
going on?
Half
Yeah.
of it's missing, and the other half is bent over. You can see from here, all on halfway across the realm, you can see that half of the world tree is just missing.
Then we go back and save as many as we can. Nobody dies. I mean, not everybody dies in that.
I would probably say you would have been informed that it's. So this is where we can actually put to it. In the downtime before 3 sessions ago, I think, when Sir Lothar was receiving information to rejoin his party, you would have got word from Derethor. He informed you there was an uncovered plot. House Weird was going to lay siege, and the Fairy Queen was welcoming it because it was more important to stop the Dusk Watchers than it was to protect the home. The Fairy Grove had already been evacuated, and with the sending off of the army, it left only the Grove Keepers and the Fairy Queen behind. The strongest of the strong are already there, and there's going to be little to nothing in the way of avoidable casualties. That's what you would know prior to that.
You brought the staff, right? Right?
Yeah, yeah. Why not go to the Residium mine that we went with Phineas for? It's safe.
Mine isn't even there yet.
Can you make a perception check for me, Torben?
Sure can. 17.
As Volger says this, like a piece of the puzzle slotting into place, it finally dawns on you. The topography of this land, as a well-veteraned ranger, you know land. And you have a keen eye for land that you have traveled previously. And as you look and you see that split in the chasm of this peak above the mountainside that is now begun to bring low, you just see a sea of green flickering from inside this rock that's been exposed. And it dawns on you, you are currently at the dig site that you previously visited.
Wow.
Baldred. Look over there, and I point towards where the green flickering emanates from.
Yeah, it's Residium. We haven't been there yet, have we?
I think we're already there.
What do you mean?
Well, do you see the landscape over there? And I point to somewhere on the near horizon. I remember that peak. And now that I'm looking at it, the trees over there, the tree line. Direction to the tree. That pick. Do you still have that pickaxe?
Oh, you mean this one that the dwarfs changed?
I. You got it from here somewhere.
Right. Well, I don't remember.
Right. Right. Well, it's a good thing I remember. Regardless.
At least, yeah.
Or
Are you
at the
sorry
dig
to
site.
interrupt, Aaron? Are you using the same mic as last week? Because it's like you've reverted
Has
to
it
the
gone
old
weird?
one.
Has it gone way out?
It's just stopped picking up as clearly.
I've moved it. So if I move it here, what about now?
Oh god, yeah, that sounds clearer.
Okay, it's back in front
There
of
we
my
go.
face. Okay.
As you were.
Oh, I had a bit of a frog in my throat with it. Yeah, it's you.
All right, so we're not staying here.
Right, Mr. King Hopalotamus. Where do
wo-
we go?
Would I know, from the dig site where, in what direction the campsite that Phineas was using would be?
I would say with your 17 perception, give me a survival roll. The DC is going to be quite low.
That's it.
Not quite that low.
Rolling bad. Two
But
nat
you know
one.
it's half a day's travel from here. That's what you would recall.
Half a day's travel. Would I know the rough direction? Knowing the orientation of the landscape that we're in?
Potentially. It's more a case of it dawns on you that if you're at the dig site that's not become the dig site yet, why would his base camp be there yet?
Oh, not assuming it is. I just know that there's a mine right next to the base camp.
You know
that
there's
gives-
an exit there. Yes,
Yes.
absolutely. Okay.
All right, I will go up to the guy that's preparing the
Varish.
ritual, Varish.
Yep.
Varish, I know a way that might get us out of here. I don't know the specific location, but it's roughly half a day's foot travel that direction, and I point the direction that I'm fairly sure that we would have come from 4 years into the future, assuming time works to say that way.
Right. So you want about 5 miles that direction.
Yes, that makes sense. If you can find a somewhat high spot or a vantage point or some place where we can climb in trees somewhere in that direction. But if
It's going to be
nothing,
50-50.
just get us out of here first and foremost. We'll find our way after that.
You would recognize, Voldreth, that your back's been a little bit light for the last sort of 30 seconds or so whilst you're rapidly having this conversation that's happening beneath this winged dragon that's roaring above you and the flames getting put out and just the deafening sound of war almost being muted, dying down. You would realize you don't have a toad on your back. As you look back, you see he is stepped back towards into the firing line, effectively, of the winged gusts. But you can see he's in the middle of channeling some spell as those who would now at this point watch see Delugar jumping from riptide of water to riptide of water that has been conjured by the king. And she's been effectively stepping on air, which is just materialized water. With each step, she's jumping 20 feet, 20 feet, 20 feet as she's ascending up towards this dragon.
I think that might be our cue to get out of here, gentlemen.
Yes.
As Varish says, "All right, everyone, link arms, do not let go, and pray we don't get stuck in a rock."
Nah, there's no way this day gets any worse.
Who in the party would like to roll for the fate of this teleportation?
All right, let's go.
The DC
go.
is 50 I'm going to say if you fail it by 25, it is a critical fail.
Oh,
Okay.
D100.
D100.
oh, nice.
85. With that, the spell completes. You all hold on. Previously, a familiarity of being yoinked and disorientated from your current position.
Oh, here we go again.
Purple lights spinning. This time, there's no purple. It's purely green. And that green is not coming around you. That green is being sourced from in front of you. Voldreth, the staff, is giving off a verdant green light. As you clutch it, the spell completes. As you disappear.
And
And with it, the
Could we
green
have
disappeared. Oh.
the fondest memory from each player, from their character, starting with Salothar, a memory that they would always cherish? Could be something really simple, really sweet, really short, something meaningful, but something your character would never forget.
His first actual date with Liz in the Hanging Gardens at the Golden Keep. Them just lying down next to a tree, eating some actual food he'd secured from the Emporium of the Dominion, and really just laughing about nothing in particular, just dumb inside jokes that they'd gathered over their very peculiar relationship. And he is forever going to remember the way the sun played in her dirty blonde hair. And the fact that that was the very first time he saw her having an actual carefree smile. It wasn't just professional.
Torbrun, what would you recall in this moment?
The few days that I stayed with Carl Ironhammer after an expedition, somewhere around the time when Torbrun was at the Iron Dominion after the war. Carl Ironhammer was a smith that forged the large frying pan and a chef's knife that Torbrun carries on his back to this very day.
Voldreth.
It'll be getting accepted into the school of the Avatar, being made the priest of Dunbar.
And Seal.
for Seal, it's something from her childhood. She used to pretend she was other people, and she'd always fall back to her natural form and laugh a lot when she'd manage to prank someone and convince them that she was someone else. Yeah, and this was something where uh, the fairy queen would have been around, and so would have the Darethal. So yeah, just
And in that memory, as Darethral says back to you, "Oh, you little one, you're going to get into so much trouble when you're older. But now, it's time for you." And the words change. And you just hear this voice. "Wake up." As Liz says to you, at the end of that joke that's being cracked, the smile fades. She stares back at you and says, "Wake up." Voldreth, the messenger handing you that piece of paper, that parchment that meant the world to you, nods with a knowing smile before saying to you, "You got to wake up now." And Torbrun, the man you owe so much to, the dwarf, sorry, that you owe so much to, he too says to you, "But now it's time to wake up." As each of you are shaken awake, with one of a figure, as you realize, is the other members of the Lunakin standing over you, each shaking one of you awake. You find yourselves in a small, enclosed, what looks to be some kind of natural ravine. It's almost like a horseshoe in the mountainside, and there's a natural cave system here that you seem to be just on the precipice of. On an 85, that is a pretty good success.
Oof.
What does the party do? As Zibdar looks to you all, it's at this moment, you didn't see it before, but you realize Zibdar has been known to demonstrate up to 6 limbs. And in this current form, you realize he only has one of his right arms left.
Wow.
After
Lothar is going to stand still for a minute with a wistful smile, just looking up. Before there's a very profound sigh as he gets up to one knee, and then another, dusts himself off. So, did we succeed? Is the question. Is it a Pyrrhic victory? Or did we lose?
There's no victors in war. Only
Yeah.
losers. As Thorman composes himself, this time doing his very best not to throw up, as he usually does.
Well,
Mhm.
are we the losers that got the task accomplished, or are we the losers that didn't?
You're alive. Take it as a win. What was that dragon anyway?
Vash begins to answer. Well, you see, as he's silenced, as Zibdar stands tall, that is my life's mistake.
Elaborate.
Mhm.
You've seen my form, one of them. We all have our gifts. That was a spirit that used to be bound to me. Over 100 years ago or so, it was extracted from me to spare my life, against my better judgment. We attempted to bind it and seal it away, but it appears someone came to it. Someone found it.
Why is it with you lot that you always decide to bind something and dig it into a hole instead of just finishing off your
What
problems?
right do mere mortals have to slay a being of such lineage such as that?
Here we go.
He
Won't argue
squares up
with
to
that
you.
question.
The same right that that thing has to end your life at a mere eye's blink.
I housed that creature for half a mortal lifetime. I communed with it for that time. It is one of the purest souls I have ever known. It has been corrupted and tainted. We bound it in an attempt to find a way to purify it.
Corrupted by what?
He looks down at the staff in the hands of Voldreth. One who wielded that.
Hey, it wasn't me.
Why does every problem in this world seem to originate from that little stick over there?
Hey, I'll have you know, it's doubled in size now.
From that big
Ah,
stick over
That
there, then.
was such a good lineup, but it's not the time. Anyway,
You can see Havoc sort of nosying around with Whisper, and they seem to have stepped foot into the cave.
So, on your side, did you manage to stop the ritual?
Zibdar looks away. Varish answers, "No, we did not."
Oh,
I
no.
assume that dragon is part of the result.
Yes.
So what was the ritual meant to do, actually, in the end?
From
We've
what
seen
we
it.
could gather, they were resurrecting Yandres. And they needed this beast's spirit. So all we could do was release the spirit instead of allowing them to consume it.
The
Remind
lesser
me,
evil,
who
then.
is Jandres?
You would know that, Seal.
Yeah, it's the sleeping one, the dragon,
Mm-hmm.
a great worm. People
Yandres the Slumbered.
yes, they've been around for so long that like their existence is almost a myth.
Hmm.
And what would waking it up accomplish?
It's extremely powerful.
So are plenty of other beings that are locked away from the realm, but releasing each of them could have different effects. So
You would know, Seal, that Residium itself is originally referred to as Yandres Tears,
Oh,
to put into perspective.
okay, I'll share that.
I see.
Hmm.
Well, this shit fest of a situation is starting to make more sense now. So what do you plan to do now, Varish?
As he looks towards Zibdar, who does not engage, he seems to be tasting defeat that he's not had for a long time, and his pride has been weakened. Varish looks back over his shoulders. Havoc and Whisper seem to be making safe the cave. He looks back and says, "Two fellow companions who I looked to since a child, who guarded my father, have given their lives today so that others may live. This is an opportunity I fear that we should not squander. But what to do with it, I wouldn't know where to begin."
at that point, Lothar looks at Ariel and goes, "It's your realm, your home. You know the politics and the ramifications of our task better. What do we do now?"
I don't know. I have to contact the Fairy Queen, but I'm so afraid that I won't get an answer.
Well, while you guys figure that out, I'm gonna see if I can find us a way out of this shithole. This cave system that we're in front of, is it in any way familiar to the cave that we came from?
There's no lanterns. There's no minecart leading through it. There's no caged, enchanted-looking ape.
Understandable.
But it is very recognizable geographically, yes.
How long for us mentally would it have been in the past that we were there? Are we talking a couple weeks?
I would say it's probably been a few months
Been on the
since you've
airship,
actually been there.
yeah.
In our time, I would say it's been a few months, because bear in mind, we're going back to, what, a year and a half ago now in playtime. So I would say all of this has happened in a couple of months.
You should still try, Ariel. Maybe you get an answer, maybe you don't. But we'll at least settle on a recourse then. First rule of warfare, right? And when a plan doesn't go well, always contact your commanding officer.
Yeah. I'm gonna send a short sending by my thing, my my scar, and it's just going to say, please tell me you are still around. We tried our best, but while we felled some foes, ultimately we failed.
The very faint, elegant and loving voice replies, I fear we were deceived from the start. I made a grave mistake. A fresh message reply sends back to you, she says. I hope you'll forgive me one day. But perhaps it's time for you to find your mother.
Can I reply?
Yep.
I've never given my family much thought. I've never missed anything.
The voice comes back and says, the grove is now but a grave. And this realm will join the fallen deities in time. I do not foresee this to be a safe place to return to.
Wow. She's just gonna sigh and tell the others that I believe the Fairy Queen wants us to leave, find the safest way out of here. She doesn't believe this realm is safe anymore, and even that it's not going to be in time either.
You hear an echoing from down the corridor. Over here! We found something.
Corbin rushes over.
Lothar follows.
It's quite down into the cave. As the party makes their way down, you reach a point. Havoc throws a spell, just a dancing light, and you watch as it heads 5 feet in front of him, vanishes from sight, then reemerges, and vanishes from sight, and then reemerges. It's a doorway.
Well, wouldn't you know? The very same. All right. Let's gather everyone, or at least those who have the desire to leave this plane.
Aye, that's what we do. See if someone's alright.
I'm going to send a sending spell
Who are you sending to?
to Mr. Dan.
Oh,
I was about to think
okay.
you were gonna send it to His Holiness. I don't know if that's
No,
his
no,
name.
no. It's going to say, "You traitor, I'm coming for you."
Oh.
That's
The
it.
words come back to you. I didn't expect to hear from you today. But no matter. We shall see you again soon. And that last part, as it dawns on you, terrifies you. Because the "we will see you again soon" is not in the words of Dan Gleeballs.
This is Varney, isn't it?
It's in Varney's voice.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Character knew.
So you did end up sending a message to Varney.
Bean to.
As Havoc steps through the portal with Whisper in hand, what did the rest of you do?
With the anger caused by hearing Varney's voice, he's gonna just accidentally use thaumaturgy to make the dancing lights grow massive.
As a sun appears in the cave, the rest of you rush through this portal.
Yeah.
Thanks, I couldn't see it before.
Who's last through?
If everybody else is going, Lothar would wait to be the last one.
I don't mind going first.
Well, Havoc and Whisper have already gone, so if you
All right, fair.
want to dive after
Yeah.
them, then.
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone pushes through. So, Lothar, you hear echoing across the sky, echoing down to this cave, a shriek of something ancient, primal, and monstrous. Like thunder is the only other way to equate this noise that tears almost like, for a man who has never in his life since training been afraid, you're very briefly reminded for what it might feel like.
And that's enough to give me 1 point of sanity.
Okay. As you step through the portal, escorting Zibdar through. Now, I do want to stress this. This is a mechanic of the world. And I think it's going to get very interesting because this is probably the most important role of the campaign. I need you all to make wisdom saving throws, please.
Oh, that's a good one.
You all have a +3.
So let's say 14. My end.
Ariel, you're immune. You're fine.
Oh, okay. It's the forgetting
Ah,
thing.
here we go
At
again.
stepping through the portal, Torbran You catch up as Whisper has daggers drawn and bow out. Havoc's there with spells in hand ready. Varish's staff held high with a light glow coming from it. Finding yourselves in what you realize to be an active or no, dormant mine shaft. As stepping through the portal, the rest of the troops make it through, and as I make their rolls. Okay. Salotha.
Yep.
Like that fever dream, that one that you've just been having repeatedly with tea and cakes with Liz. About that time that noble was just he just didn't get the funny. He couldn't understand the joke, and Liz says he explained it over and over and over again, and he just still couldn't get it, and that became even more funny. As you find yourself in a cave with your traveling companions, but with a group of strangers, and you have one arm around your shoulder with a very boorish-looking individual who is somewhat taller than you, who's clearly recently received grievous wounds. As Salothar is the only one in the whole group of both groups to fail the save.
Aw.
However, since he went through this before,
Uh-huh.
would
Tell
he
me.
recognize it as the kind of situation that it is?
Did you succeed last time?
No, I did not.
Then you would not remember that you've been this before.
No, as in this this finding yourself in a situation where
Oh, the
it
amnesia.
makes no...
Remembering that
Yes,
you've had
yes.
amnesia. Now that's a conundrum, isn't it? Persuade the DM. Give me a d20.
Mystery
Roll
roll.
persuasion.
Bonus or no bonus?
Just a persuasion roll.
Yes, with my persuasion bonus or without the persuasion bonus?
Yeah. Roll the persuasion check, yeah.
Nice.
Oh,
On a 20, I'll say it clicks for you. You realize some memory has been taken from you. You don't know what, you don't know how much,
Are you converting that sanity
but
point
something
you got from the
inside you tells
dragon to
you you
this?
can trust your current company.
Because I'm pretty sure not all of his memories with his companions just went away.
No,
No,
but
just a few
the
and stuff.
last clear thought of yours before the memory with Liz is, oof, a dark chamber with a council who told you that you had a very important mission to conduct. That's your last clear memory.
Okay.
Wait, how far back is that?
Oh,
That's before Sir Lothar entered the Fey realm.
yep.
Yeah.
that's before I joined.
So he's going to look at Ariel, completely puzzled and perplexed, and say, "Please tell me there's a story to why we're here."
Oh, you dumb human! You did it again,
Wait.
didn't you?
Sigh.
Wait, do I remember this time? Yeah, of course I do. Oh, done. I'm gonna get it.
He's going to look completely and absolutely confused.
Ariel looks
Zibdar
really...
waves a hand and just says, I can fix it in the morning.
Oh,
I
that
will
is
sort of,
convenient. I don't really want to tell the story.
with a big sigh and a stumble, I will just sort of turn around, grab Lothar by the shoulders, and sort of shake him. It's like, you've been to the fair and you forgot again. I'm not surprised. Get a grip. We gotta go. We'll explain later.
You don't need to convince me.
As the party and fellow adventurers make their way through this mine shaft, it comes up a steep climb, several floors. There's bits of pickaxes and mine carts and empty lanterns and soot-filled terrain, dust-clogged hallways, before Havoc, with a wave of his hand, opens a door that leads onto direct sunlight. You find yourselves in a small military encampment, with a small watchtower with an individual whose back is turned to you, looking out over the gate. And much to your surprise, Torbrun, a coach with the markings that you would recognize as iconography associated with Halphus. As the door opens and stepping out is your 5'2" familiar looking individual.
Is it
Who
is it
equally
Todd?
looks. Say again?
Is it Todd Duskwater? I just
No, it's Halphus.
wow.
And stepping out of the primary building of the square is Todd, coming to greet him. As looking over his shoulder, you see Halphus spots your troop and is very perplexed to see you all here.
So, so Todd is a dusk. Oh, I wrote down Duskwater. Top Duskwater. So he's not a Dusk
Dusk
Watcher.
Water. He's not a watcher, no.
I was about to shoot his head off. Okay. How are we gonna
Whisper
do
has
this?
her quiver, her arrow knocked, and Havoc is in an aggressive stance. And Varish's staff is raised. Like you guys do look like you're ready to throw down.
I'll get before Varys. Hold. I want to say I've met them before. I don't know if they will recognize me. Let me. Lothar would also have memories of this part, right? Because this was before we entered the Bay.
I believe everyone would recognize
Yeah.
Todd. It's just whether or not you individually would remember Todd.
Well, I don't know if Todd is gonna remember us because I don't know in what time zone we are relative. So I don't know if we're ahead or behind that moment. Lothar, why don't you help me out over here?
He's going to set the. I'm assuming the guy I'm carrying is a half orc, right? As well.
He is a half orc, yes,
Going
but
to
he is a
set
corpse.
the half orc down. I have no idea whether he's a corpse or not. He didn't check. And I'm going to go with Torburn.
Zibdar takes him off you with his one arm.
I have a.
Does anyone have a diamond?
Didn't you have the diamonds?
I still have a strong pebble in quotation marks diamond question mark, which I believe that might still be from the gemstone drake cave. I will just toss it to the Voldret.
Make an Arcana check with advantage, Voldreth.
That does not help.
6. It looks like a diamond.
Well, I'll give it a go.
Revivify.
Okay. Revivify. You want to link that spell?
I don't know if it's been in the last minute, but
No. It has been like 20 minutes.
however, staff. Voldreth's trying
You
to
are
think.
no longer in the Feywild.
He doesn't know. He's stupid.
Okay.
Gonna try
So
it.
as you pull the staff out, you realize it is no longer in its enlarged green state. It is back in its old, gnarled wood-looking form.
Oh, man. Oh, it's crappy again.
As Lothar gets next to me, I will whisper to what to do here. I don't know if they will recognize us. I don't know what time we're in. What we do know is they are somehow in league with whoever, well, with Phineas probably, or whoever Phineas ends up hiring to get the Residium out of here. So, regardless, they're not good news.
Well, we make our way out. Tell them we're. The last thing we remember is being an expedition that went in there, and well, at least I have no idea what happened. You can let me do the talking.
Right? Just keep in mind the Fae that we just came from, they have no signs of their presence in there. So I don't know if they figured out that there's a Fae portal in there yet. Then again, I don't know how this all connects timeline-wise, so just a headache.
Yeah, tell me about it. At least you remember the headache. I don't.
I wish I didn't.
As you approach, you hear the hearty, booming voice of Todd Duskwater. He says, Master Halfus, and look, I was just telling you, as I said always, everything is tip-top, everything is in place. My foreman's here. In fact, here we go, look. And he puts a hand out towards you and says, Foreman Doug's here to give me an update just to make sure the mine's doing okay. Doug, how's the mine looking? Safe and sound, I take it? As he turns to you.
Lothar to me.
To you, Torburn.
Not, well, I mean,
It's a simple question. The mines are safe, yes?
well, I mean,
There's nothing down there.
no.
Right, there we go. See, told him to go down this morning. Just at a precautionary just a precautionary measure, just to make sure everything's good, make sure we get the funding secured, etc. Mr. Halfus, it's we take this deal with a great opportunity, and I'm very much looking forward to working with you. And he offers out a hand towards Halfus, who very slowly he turns and looks to both of you, and you see there's a great knowing look in his eye.
Upon hearing what
And
they
then he
just
puts on a
say,
Yep.
I'll say, however, there might be something that we should probably discuss in private.
Sure, in due time. I'm sure it's absolutely nothing. No worries. Probably about your annual leave. Yes, no problem. Right. If you don't mind, the investors are here. I've just got to make sure that they're sorted too. I'll see to you two in a moment.
All right.
As he attempts to usher Halfus into the effectively barracks hall here.
I get close to Lothar and I say, it sounds like they are just about to get a deal for this mine going. This might be our chance to stop this or prevent it or slow it down.
Okay, how?
Well, he did
If they
just ask if
don't
the
like
mines were safe.
And they can always send somebody else after you to double check and to triple check if there's coin involved. If there's a lot of coin involved, I wouldn't trust a single pair of eyes either.
True. Well, maybe we can figure something out.
Torburn, tell me something.
Um,
You get the impression that we're treading water over here?
How so?
Maybe the fact that I've forgotten everything about it, everything that happened, but it seems like whatever we're doing, somebody's always just half a step ahead of us. Doesn't it feel like that to you?
Well, probably, especially considering Voldred. Right, you forgot. Voldred ran into Van Kleebals in the Fae, and
I would say that the doors have closed. Halfus has got inside with Todd. You're outside having this conversation in private, basically.
Voldred, have you disclosed that you talked to Dan and Barney.
Not yet. No, he's not said that
No.
to anyone.
All right.
I've said I've seen Dan though. I've said he's a traitor in the
Yeah,
fable, but I've
yeah,
not said.
yeah, no, but not the connection to Varney. All right. Apparently, Dan is partly responsible for whatever happened in the Fae. We'll catch you up later on that, but it's not good. It's all connected. The staff, the Residium, Phineas, apparently Dan Gleeballs. And, well, as you probably already know, this mine is part of that.
So, when is this mine?
In the near future.
What we gather, I don't
Did
know
we-
when we are right now.
When we
This
came back last time, didn't you guys tell me that... Actually, when we came out last time, we didn't come out in the same time that we went in, did we?
I'm just thinking, the last time Lothar forgot his things, that was all within the Fae, right? Because we went to that camp and we entered portals in that camp.
Mm-hmm.
So Lothar has some memory of the Fae realm. In fact, he would recognize where we just left.
So, for perspective, he doesn't now because where he has left the Fey realm, he has no memory of this visit. Okay, that's the mechanics.
Mm-hmm.
What happened previously was Halfus had found a way to create effectively, let's say, a magical bubble around the two sites entrances around that portal. So when you then left that bubble, either to go into the Feywild, that was when you took the test,
Yes.
instead of upon leaving the Feywild itself.
Right. So Lothar would have.
That bubble was not in place now because that's in the future.
Yeah. So Lothar has memories of the campsite in the Fae realm and the cave
Yes.
system while it was.
But doesn't remember the cave now.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I will get him up to speed on that. We left in that same cave system. It just was empty. But the camp wasn't there, so that camp is gonna be there in the near future, which means there's a second timeline of the Feywilds. How did we get mixed in all of this again? Right. Stupid celebration in a capital city.
Yeah.
This is why I avoid ceremonies and the shite. Well, honestly, we should probably see what we can do to prevent this mine from becoming a Residium mine again.
I don't think we can. If we stop whoever's trying now, it's only a matter of time before somebody else discovers it.
Still, we gotta try.
Question is, who knows about that Fey realm? That portal into the Fey realm. Anyway, we should probably have a chat with Todd inside. See what he has to say. It's not like we can just walk out of this place and... That's a bit strange, isn't it?
Do you enter into the room?
I will let Lothar go first, but I would suggest that we go there, yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Lothar's going to fall and step behind Torbrin as a man who's so used to playing the bodyguard and being the bodyguard at this point, given the fact that he also has no idea exactly what's going on. He's going off incomplete information, but he's going to wait for the people who actually know exactly what to properly say in this context because he's confused.
Fair enough. All right, Torben will lead the way, and he will knock on the door.
The door opens. It wasn't locked. As you push on through, you hear the raised voices, conversation, just a loud conversation. Todd was a bellowing individual. I said, "Oh, absolute pleasure. No, I'm so glad we've been able to come to an arrangement. I very much look forward to it. Business partner now, fantastic. Yeah, it was such a strange condition, though. You don't want us to be no longer worried with investigating down the mine shaft? That's fine, absolutely fine. You say you got people for the job. I do have one question for you, though, Master Helfus. What has sparked your interest here? As Halfus stands pocketing something, turns to the door, sees all of you, and glances over his shoulder towards Todd and says, I have reason to believe there's more value yet to be extracted out of this mine than others know of. Todd says, well, I appreciate your optimism and definitely look forward to being able to get some hard labor under our thing. You know, it's been a few years since we've been active, so I'll dust off the old contact list then, shall I? Halford says, yes. Make sure you do that. And don't expect to see me again. However, I will be keeping close eyes.
Before is the door that we are entering from, is that the only exit here?
No, it's like you've stepped into like a open, what almost looks like a town hall entrance, and these are off in a side study. But that door is also open. You've stepped into that now, and this is the scene that's just finishing before you.
We are in the side study.
You step into that way now, yes. Halpus looks like he's just ready to leave.
Is this the only door to that side study?
Yes, yeah. You're blocking the door at the moment.
I'll give Lothar a little nudge. You best be ready. I will cast Spike Growth in this entire room.
Do you want to link that spell?
Difficult terrain, piercing damage on movement.
Okay. Is it when it starts its turn in there? It also takes damage?
No, just on movement. You can stand still.
Just on movement. Okay. As you throw caltrops everywhere.
Yes. Oh, hold on here for a moment, gentlemen. I couldn't but overhear what you were just discussing, and I'd like to pitch in on this little conversation that you're having. Todd, why are you surprised about Helfus' here?
This is absolutely out of line, Foreman Doug. I've told you we'll be having conversations about your leave momentarily. Please, can you tidy this up? You're embarrassing me in front of our most recent investor.
Cut the facade, Todd. Now, before we continue, Todd, please enlighten my friend over here who's actually had some mental stuff happen to him. Please explain what we were doing in the mine.
Halfus turns as Todd seems paralyzed in trying to decide what lie to begin to spin. As Halfus says, don't worry. They're actually on my payroll before you try and infer anything. As Todd looks down, flush red of embarrassment, But does this mean the investment still stands? As Halfa says, unequivocally.
Was he talking about us being on his payroll?
Yeah.
Figured as much.
You see, I couldn't help but take an interest when you let a bunch of strangers that you don't even know walk straight into your mine under your watch, but needless to say, with my recent patronage, we shall be upping the security around here momentarily. My care package and guards will be here tomorrow. Once we make safe the surface, topside, we shall descend and make safe the landing zone.
Can I take a shot
I trust
at
that won't be an
Halthus?
issue. You can. You have advantage because it's a surprise attack.
For the hit.
24. So, Ariel, from the outside, as you're having a conversation with Havoc and Whisper and Zivdar and Varish, who are quietly mourning Zalvas, you're trying to awkwardly fill the silence a little bit. Avalanche goes off from inside this building.
Oh. I'm quickly gonna step inside, see what's happened.
Okay, so you use your turn, you run to the door, you open the front door.
Again.
Voldreth, you pursuing in as well?
He shoots first and asks questions. We gotta go help him.
I'll say Havoc and Whisper follow you, however Zivdar stays with Zalvas.
I'll complete the prayer when I'm back. Promise.
Go ahead and roll damage for me, Torbran.
18, and I will have him make a DC 15 strength check or get blown back into the wall straight over the caltrops.
He's going to choose to fail.
All right. I believe, let me double check, that is 15 feet, so that is 3 times the force. Another 9 piercing
Aw.
damage.
Torbran, with whatever's going through your mind right now, you unleash the full force of Avalanche, the blue gemstone barrel flaring. Salothar, you've seen the capability of this weapon. What you didn't expect to see today was to bear witness to a dwarf in heavy plate armor go cannoneering through a wooden wall, leaving a dwarvish-shaped cannonball in the other side.
Yeah, that is true.
So 27 points of damage.
Yes.
Okay. Todd just jumps underneath his desk.
Does he
He
have
is
to
going
move for
to-
that?
He's just crouching down. He's not
Alright, sure.
moving. He's going prone, basically.
All right.
Cowering.
His health is still alive?
You don't know. You just shot him out the room through the wall.
What are we doing?
Corbin is sort of steaming with anger. And she's like, I'm trying to get back a peaceful life.
Yeah, this is we're in the middle of a particularly well-armed camp.
Well,
You're in the
you would
middle
have
of the
observed when you
preparation
came out
for
here,
Ruination
there was one
2.0.
guards. There was one guardman that you saw. That was it. It's not a particularly well-armed camp. This is a ghost town with 3 occupants
Yeah.
before Alpha showed up. There's the cook, the guard, and Todd.
Oh, okay.
This
That's
Yeah,
all
I
you've
heard.
seen.
I heard camp. I assumed more cards.
Sure.
This mine is about to turn into one of the main cogs for Ruination 2.0. I'm not gonna sit here and let that happen. I will drop the caltrops.
Mhm.
Lothar, you stay with Todd. Keep him calm. I have the impression that he doesn't really know what's in his mind as of now. Health is, on the other hand, knew exactly what he was looking for. And I will move towards the hole that I just blew.
Okay.
And
I need to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
a dex save. 23.
23. That's a success. So you only take half damage. As a small, what you realize looks like a bean can, some kind of like ball, and the second you see it, you realize you've seen it too late as it explodes in your face. On half damage, you take 21 points of
Jesus Christ.
bludgeoning damage. And you see running through the camp on the other side of this wall towards the coach that he arrived in is Halthus.
Can I still take my second attack?
Absolutely.
28 to hit.
Okay, this is a DM question. The DM knows if the character uses an ability, he will increase his AC to avoid this damage. But do you think if someone is absolute mid-flight and is just booking in a direct line to the carriage because they know the carriage is safety, everything is about speed, would they turn to ready themselves to respond to an attack, or would they just be, I'll be safe when I get there, I'll be safe when I get there?
I
What
think
would you
you'd
do?
assume that the thing he threw him would have delayed him long enough to get to the coach.
I like that. I like that logic. Okay.
I'm not gonna
Anyone
answer
else?
because I'm biased.
That's fine. That's fine.
Somebody who's fleeing isn't in a proper position to defend himself, I think.
That's fine. I will say this then. The thought occurs to him as the detonation goes off. He looks over his shoulder just in time to see you fire. You watch as he begins to turn, and off his left arm, a shield begins to, like a full tower shield, begins to appear out of the armor, but it doesn't finish forming before your bullet connects. Go ahead and roll damage.
And magical bludgeoning.
Okay. As his arm goes spinning as you catch him in the shoulder, ricocheting off with a large ting off whatever armor he's wearing. Do you need to make another dex save? Strength save?
No, I only do that once a turn.
Okay.
I
He will finish with his action to enter into the carriage.
All right.
Okay. Ariel, you hear the heavy footfalls as you just get inside, and then you see this dwarf running across the courtyard, gets shot again, and he jumps into the carriage. Havoc and Whisper look to you for instruction. And Valdreth, you see this too.
Well, personally, I kind of want to avoid another fight, but it's already happening, so I don't know. Thorbrand, what are you doing? He's gonna yell out.
You shout this.
Destroying the weakest link in the Residium War.
Okay. I'll help then. He's gonna do it all of that, I guess, and instruct the others to attack as well, I guess.
Okay, I'll
See-
say this. You're just getting this cast off just as they're getting in.
Yeah.
Okay. Wisdom save.
Oh, pathetic damage.
16. Okay, so he needs to roll It fails. So 3 damage.
3 necrotic. Yeah.
3
That's-
necrotic.
That's rough.
You just catch a piercing headache that you've just given this guy as he puts one arm up, the other with the tower shield incomplete around it. He takes it, and the tower shield immediately folds back in as he dives into the carriage. Boldreth, what do you do?
I'm going to guess the carriage doors aren't locked.
No, but they're
So
a good 30 feet from you, maybe 25.
it's in
Stop
range.
the
So,
carriage.
thaumaturgy to blow all the doors and windows open.
Ooh.
Cool.
You now see your prey once more.
Cool.
Have line of sight.
Spiritual weapon time.
All right.
Inside the
Mhm.
carriage?
Yeah. It's in range.
You need to have line of sight on where you're casting it, so you can cast it in the doorway and strike through the doorway, basically.
Yeah, or the window, wherever he is.
Yeah.
And I only summon one, big sad. And the other will go to try and hit him. It doesn't hit. It is a 12.
A 12 misses, unfortunately. And unfortunately, as you cast spiritual weapon, there is only one spiritual weapon present.
Oh, this sucks so. Why are you useless? Swear to God.
I'll have one closer to the carriage as well.
Okay. Torbrun, what are you doing? Assuming Salothar's staying with Todd. I'm making that assumption.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
carry on.
Uh,
Whisper lets loose arrows into the side of this carriage. Havoc is looking for confirmation, and Ariel, you would recognize he's got a very destructive spell prepared. He just wants to know if he is. He turns to you and says, "Are we killing?"
I suppose.
Okay. Torbrun, as you get close to this carriage, do you think Torbrun's ever witnessed dragon fire in the flesh? Like actual roaring fire?
Unlikely.
Okay. Well, you think you get the closest experience to it as Havoc casts Dragon's Breath, as you watch a gargantuan ball of flame in the shape of a pointed, fiery red scaled dragon engulfs this carriage. Anybody in a 60-foot range, which I'm going to say is Voldreth and Torbrun, as you were moving closer, I need you to make dexterity saving throws.
Oh, yikes, that's a nat 1.
The two of you take 33 points of fire damage.
I'm down.
The carriage explodes on impact, sending boiling, molten on fire debris everywhere. Who wants to act next?
I want to heal her down, the dwarf.
While
Okay,
all
you
of that is
so Lothar, you just hear as Torbrun's unconscious body comes flying back into view through the hole in the wall
God.
as it slumps past it.
Yeah, gonna go grab him and probably on hands points. Shit.
I
You
can
can
heal
shout.
her wounds. I still have a few spell points, but very few. So I'll do a level
Okay.
1 cure wounds at him. 16. Oh look, it's max healing.
That's big.
Yep.
Where is this slimy bastard?
Shooting first, asking questions never. Are we down to that now? He's going to look at Todd this time and just ask, what exactly are you looking to mine here, Todd?
I don't know. He's like terrified. He just basically he thought he was in control. He was trying to bluff something before, and now he realizes he's come to terms with he has no control of the situation, and he is a blubbering wreck before you.
So you came to this particular place. Why? Why did you come here?
I've been stationed here for 20 years. It's just been my permit to look over this abandoned mine
20 years?
facility.
What year is it?
I don't know.
You don't know what year it is.
I've just been shot at.
Okay, he's going to kneel in front of the guy and look very professional, not particularly threatening. Look, if I wanted to kill you, you would be dead. If the dwarf
please
wanted to
don't, no.
kill you, if the dwarf wanted to kill you, he would have killed you instead of your benefactor. So you can relax.
Oh, please
You're
don't kill the
alive.
benefactors. It's the best thing that's happened to this place in years.
Nobody wants to kill anyone, but we need to understand exactly what you thought was here.
I don't know. Just a mine, an abandoned mine.
An abandoned mine of what? Iron, gold, silver, mithril?
There used to be a few gemstones in the mountains. There used to be some beasts that called parts of this range home, and this is just a former cave that we found with them in. But this was years
Gemstone.
ago,
So what year
before
is
my
it?
time.
What year is it?
My book. And
He's going
he
to look around.
cowers up to the top of his desk, and he turns the page over, and he looks at the point, top left corner, where they see a date written. Now, because the DM has actively tried to avoid writing a specific date and year for all of this campaign, I'm going to continue to do the same. But to put into perspective, we have the Battle of Ruination, which is year minus 100. Okay, that's from present day. Okay.
Mhm.
You were sent back in time 4 years, so that would be BR 96. Okay.
Okay.
You see, you are currently BR 99.
Okay. Now I'm going to tell you something, Todd, and I want you to keep this as close to your heart as possible. In those mines, the only thing for you, for me, for my friends, for everyone, is death. Not just of you, not just of me, but of absolutely everyone you care for. Now, some people may consider the fact that maybe they can outweigh death in coin. Trust me, they can't. So I would suggest that once whatever is going on here happens and is sorted, you tell everyone that this place eats out and spits out the bones of everybody that goes in, because that it's actually going to be very close to the truth, as close as it gets. Do we understand each other?
I think so.
There is only death here.
There's only that here.
I might not come hunting for you,
Please don't.
But my dwarf friend might.
I don't like dwarves. Smelly, small,
They don't like you either.
they're very loud.
I heard that.
Hey!
Oh, there's another one.
Cheeky, yeah.
While this conversation is going on, does Torba
Yep.
notice any remains of Halthus?
You watch as Zivdar casts a gust and removes all the flames off the debris of whatever wagon was there. Give me a perception roll for me.
Perception 15.
On a 15. It takes you a moment, but you realize in the passenger seat where you would expected, where your foe was before you were sent unconscious, there is no body. And there's not much left of this cart.
I will walk
So-
up to the remains of the cart and
Sizzling heat, even though the gust has killed the flames, it's still. This would still burn your hand if you were to touch it.
I will look over to Zifdar, who cast the gust, and I'll shout at him. Did you see him go anywhere?
No! Who are we
Ah.
talking about?
Ah. All right, let's get inside. Sure hope we got him. I will get over
Well,
to
okay.
Zifdar.
In case we didn't, I just examined the date. We're 1 year away from the catastrophe.
No. You're in the year of the catastrophe.
Oh, okay.
And you look at the time in that ledger, you're 3 months away.
But last time we were there was an entire exploitation, right?
But was that
Talk about-
4 years ahead? Or did we go?
Trying to realize whether we managed to prevent anything.
It would have
Something
been
or
3 years
anything.
ahead the first time we were here from where we are now. If we BR 99 and we got sent back to BR 96 before.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, so we're further along, but there's been less progress, is what you're saying.
So it's slightly before. I'm assuming BR means before Ruination. So with like
Battle of
3
Ruination, yeah.
Yeah,
Before.
It's RBC.
yeah. But the last time we went into the mine here, when it was already a complete operation, was that like further back? Was that like BR 96 or something?
No, that was year of the celebration. That was year 100.
Right.
That was the week of the celebration of year 100.
Right. So that would be 3 months into the future from where we are now.
Yes.
Let's see. Oh.
I don't like that sound.
We need to blow this mine up.
Right behind you. Let's.
As I walk into the
Oh.
building again, Todd! I'll just shout his name.
Make an investigation roll.
Investigation. 6.
Yeah, Todd's not in the room. You have no idea where he is.
Wait, but isn't Lothar with Todd?
I got the impression Todd, the lot of
Mhm.
you had sort of vacated.
Yeah,
the
we went
room
outside.
kind of thing.
Oh.
You'd sort of finished with him and been like, now be a good little boy and do as I say. And then he's like, and we're outside with Zipdar kind of thing. That's what I pictured.
Oh, I was imagining we were doing that while Lothar had that conversation. I didn't want to barge into that conversation. Either's fine.
Oh, okay. Well,
Uh,
as you say, Todd, you see that he's like running for an exit.
Hold your feet. Todd, and I will lower my voice a little. You're not in trouble. In fact, we and probably everyone in this realm are maybe at your mercy. I'm hoping you can help us out.
Make a persuasion roll with disadvantage.
5.
He bolts for the door.
I will shoot a web in front of him. Dart grenade.
What's he need to make?
It's a 20-foot cube. And it's
Dex saving
difficult
throw.
terrain, and it's a dex save, and on a fail, he's restrained.
All right. Well, he's just a generic NPC, so he's got a straight roll.
That's funny.
Natural 20. Todd has
Okay.
never been so confident in his decision-making skills as right now. He needs to get out of here.
It's still difficult terrain as he does that.
Okay, well, he is just
Oh, that's
out the door,
amazing.
out the room, and you just watch as he's yelling, "Open the gate!" as he's running towards it. The guardsman at top is beginning to open the gate, pulls it up, and he's racing
Lothar!
towards it.
I'm gonna rush after him.
All right,
Just
both of
bull
you are
rush.
moving at the same speed, so
Is Lothar
Just
still
gonna
in this
bull rush
room, or
past
is
the
Lothar
gate.
outside?
Lothar is outside, but effectively it's like you draw attention to it afterwards. So he's
Yeah.
got a bit. He's running at full pelt before Lothar starts. You know.
Yes.
Give me an athletics or acrobatics. We'll see who gets to the gate first.
I'm going to give you an athletics.
Nice.
So you watch as Todd never found such confidence in himself before. A swindler at heart, someone who is a deceiver and has never been caught so red-handed as he has been today. And suddenly, in that fight or flight, he sees the gate that's being opened. He sees the path to freedom to get away from whatever monstrosity this is, even get a payday because he's even got the golden check in his pocket. And as that thought goes through his mind, you ring his bell on the wooden frame of the gatehouse.
What did we tell you,
Whoa.
Todd? What did we tell you?
I'm just going to say he falls unconscious with the collision of you catching up with him.
Oh, great. Torbran,
I assume that
yours.
means you got to him. Well, at least one we got for sure. All right, everyone. Let's reconvene in whatever central area they have in the camp.
Outside or in that building where Todd took you to, because that's the main like that's the only main building of that other than the mine that's actually in this compound.
Considering most of the rest of the group from the Faerun is probably outside, let's stay outside for now.
Okay. Yeah, probably at the heat of just after midday.
Alright. I need a break.
Yeah, we all do.
We need to rest.
How about we use this little mine as a little camp? That actually probably also aligns pretty well with Alphys's crew, who apparently were coming here tomorrow. We should probably wait them out. All right, to fill everyone in.
Question.
This mine will, in the near future, be used for residium mining, which will eventually spell doom for the rest of this realm. Since I'd like to keep hunting for a couple more years at the very minimum, I'd like very much for that to not happen. And since I'm done with all these shenanigans, and as I look over at Voldred's staff, everything that little thing has cost everyone here, I'd like to see if we can close this mine down. And perhaps either ambush or convince or otherwise prevent whatever party is coming tomorrow that presumably would start mining here from doing
What if there's
so.
more entry points?
Well, that's why I wanted you to catch Todd. From what I heard you
And how is
talking
that
in
going to
there.
help us?
Well, from what I heard you talking about there, he's been here for 20 years. I assume he know. Or wait, are you talking about the Fae?
I'm talking about the Feywild, yes. Because I have no idea what happened in there. I'm assuming it was bad. But if it's residium mining we're talking about, I'm not convinced this was the only mine.
Elphus was talking about a benefit. I assume he means Phineas. It has to be. Or at least down the chain it will be.
Eventually, I suppose, yes.
Well, I don't know that there won't be any other entrances into the Fey realm. This is the only one that we know of.
Oh, I
Other
suppose we're
than,
doing our part.
I guess, other than the. Fuck, you have the one in the Dominion as well, right?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Aye, in the fireplace.
Yeah.
Yep.
Remember it well.
And there are others in Aloran, but I don't suppose those are our concern right now.
Or maybe they're the bigger concern.
Oh, well, given what the Fairy Queen said, I'm assuming there's one in the Fallen Lands as well. Given that's where part 3 of this lives.
Well, the way I see it, at the very minimum, you would be delaying whoever's behind this. Dan Gleeballs, and I look over at Voldred, was part of this.
Leeballs' involvement in this anyway. He was the one that
He's with
sent us up here.
Varney. He's with Varney.
He's with Varney.
Oh, they're gonna be seeing you real soon, and I can't wait.
Oh my
I
God.
don't understand. He sent us away from Varney deliberately.
Oh no, I bet that little rat wanted me to make the stuff to then let
Sorry.
Varney get it.
DM needs to interrupt here. DM's conflated two words here. I had written Halphus. I was supposed to be saying Phineas the whole time.
Oh.
Oh, we've been
Oh,
fighting.
I've just realized
Phineas here.
I've just realized what's gone wrong. I'm sorry.
So we've just been fighting Phineas.
That would have
You've
changed
just
some
fought
things.
Phineas. Yes.
I see.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
That's. I was realizing. Wait, you're not clicking. What's happened? I've used the wrong name. That's what's happened. I'm so sorry.
I just blew up my old friend.
You did, which is why I was very confused.
I see.
Oopsie.
I see. All right, Ratcon, we just shot Phineas.
Well, it still all makes sense, right?
Uh-huh.
It still all makes sense because you had betrayed Phineas last time you were here in this realm by siding with Crescent, Captain Crescent and his sister and brother-in-law, right? He had welcomed you into his kin and given you a pin that said you were on his payroll. He's not seen you for 3 years, right? And now he just happens to see you at the site he's buying on the same day and assumes you're still on his payroll. Then you just shot him in the back.
Well, this just got awkward.
Okay.
Okay.
I think all of it still stands, right?
Yes.
But it explains why you were like, wait, where did this guy go and why is he like not in the car anymore? Because he's now hopefully you realize who it is. It's like it's gonna take a fair bit to get rid of this guy.
Yep.
But yeah, it was Phineas who you've just had a confrontation with, and Phineas is the benefactor for the mine, and he's bringing his militia here in the morning to take hold and become the new owner of the mine, and presumably get everything up and running, which is what you've surmised. So, sorry about that. However, your players want to then, the characters want to interact now, you can correct that now. I am so sorry that I was trying to figure out why it wasn't clicking.
I'm just
Too
now
many pages,
wondering
too
if I
many
would have
notes.
handled that differently, but that's okay. It happened. We'll just assume Torbrand didn't recognize him.
Or we had no idea who he was. We haven't seen,
He was wearing a hood.
and a funny hat on top.
And a mask.
So we should close the mine. If possible, we should completely collapse the mine.
What's going to prevent them from just keep digging?
Phineas will probably be around then.
So who was it that we fought anyway? Who was the guy?
Phineas, apparently. I only noticed a small glimpse just before he blew the cart away.
Wait, Phineas says in your... Oh boy.
Well, the Phineas ship's sealed with Crescent, I guess. We both know where this leads.
Not that it matters anymore, but I do hate kicking people that that hire us in the back.
Yeah,
there's a hollow, bitter laugh coming out.
Well, you're gonna hate done then, aren't you?
and yet you humans are still surprised we dwarves keep to ourselves.
Yeah, I'm thinking there might be a reason for that.
Well, from what I remember from last time, this means that Phineas will probably have sent over a decent amount of, well, miners, but more importantly, armed men.
What about those robot things?
Those ran on Rosic, as far as I remember, so they will probably not
He
exist
doesn't have
yet,
those yet.
which is a good thing.
Can the whole party make a history roll, please? I'll try and give you this from your character's perspective.
11.
History. 15.
As Lothar, you say this, and Voldreth, you remember, you realize, what's going to be in about 2.5 years ago from the perspective of this reality. You guys helped recover a huge shipment of Residium for Phineas in that dock house, but there was even more stolen. Crescent had it that you were aware of. Crescent didn't have it by the end of it, and it was thought to have been acquired by one of the sister captains. It's now been 2.5 years since then. Who's to say if he has enough Residium to operate that kind of militia?
For all we know, he might have found Residium elsewhere, small amounts. No saying what he will bring.
Great. So we need to collapse this place and get the hell out yesterday, is what you're saying.
No,
Maybe
Phineas,
delay
he
him
will
enough.
probably mine it out again. Possible, I'd like to completely destroy this caravan, though I'm not sure if we're equipped
The
to do
campment.
that. No, the caravan that's coming in.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Do we even stand a chance?
Ah,
Are we sure we can get all of them so he doesn't send just, another caravan?
Zibdar says, "Do you know which way I can perhaps take a look this evening? But I am pretty much spent."
Do we have any explosives on us?
knowing this is a mine, they might have some here. You know what? I'll start preparing some dinner. We should get some rest. By the time Todd comes by, maybe some supper and some sweet words might help us convince him that he actually might be the only shot at saving the world. However insane that might sound to him. Torben takes off and starts looking for some wood to create a fire.
You can probably gather some old stores from here, no problems.
And don't know if I'm gonna find any food here. But I have.
There's a small amount of supplies at this place that seemingly get stocked every couple of months.
All right. I'll rummage around to see what I can find for the dinner, and I'll just start preparing dinner.
Simple stores of bread, whole grains, various dried fruits, and a few pieces of meat hung up, but not many.
I still have 5 canned rations. I will use all 5 of those, and I will add it all together to make a large southering stew for everyone to partake in.
Okay, do you want to do a cooking roll?
Sure. 3. Let's see what that gives us. Well,
Mm-hmm.
3 is +1 the dex saves until next long rest, which is probably gonna happen very soon. But that's okay.
Okay. And that's enough to feed yourself and how many portions do you put in? Oh, you use some of the reserves as well.
Okay, so
Yeah, sure.
5 canned rations and whatever I can find. I don't know with how many we are exactly.
There's only 4 of the Lunakin with you, I think.
Right, so we're 8 with Todd,
Zibdar,
that's 9.
Varish, Havok, Whisper. Yeah, because both of the Orc and Half-Orc are
Alright.
no longer with you. Well, you have Zalras's body, but yeah.
Alright, so 9 people to feed. I assume I can find 4 rations worth of storehouse.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm
Alright.
not even going to make you roll for it. That's fine.
Stew for everyone.
There is a storehouse there, so stew for everyone. As you are preparing this, I will say Zibdar will use his final wild shape, and he will morph into that of a sparrow, and he will take flight and go and have a check around the mountain in the vicinity of where you are.
Okay.
Alright.
So as you all hunker down for this afternoon, hearty meal in your bellies, you can take a short rest. As eventually Todd comes to.
How many hit dice can you use for rest?
As many as you want, so long as you have them unspent.
I will start with 2. How much does that heal? 15. Another 2. Oh,
I will just stress, I'm gearing up for a long rest should you choose to spend it here. Just to expedite convenience here.
Yeah, I just want to have a quick chat with Todd before.
Mm-hmm.
I will heal 2.
Okay.
7.
Don't you also add your constitution modifier to that? I don't know, do you? I think you do.
Oh, do you just add con mod per dice?
I think so. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
sure.
So that will be another 8. All right. As Todd comes by, I will.
Comes to. He's just out cold on the floor in the courtyard with.
I will hand him a bowl of stew. Todd, don't fret.
He's seems to be in shock, but takes the food, and he is shaking. You just see the bowl is just shaking, like it's like a soup that's about to get put in a microwave again, shaking all over the place.
I know it may seem like we just stole a life-changing amount of money from you. However, in return, we gave you back your life, which would have ended less than a year from now. However, there's a conundrum that we hope that you might be able to help us with. To expedite it, I will catch Todd up to speed regarding the severity of the situation. So as you can,
In doing so, make a persuasion roll for me, because you're about to tell this person, I know the future, and this is my insight. This is quite out there.
Lothar would help. He'd
Uh,
chime in, given the previous speech that he held about only death being down in the mines.
yes,
I will say that means it's a straight roll, so it's not with disadvantage.
I will say I won't tell him about the future stuff because, as far as he knows, he wouldn't know whether or not I have intel
Mhm.
what's about to happen. As far as he knows, I might just be from some CIA.
So some random dwarf and his companions just rocked up, but blew up his potential business partner, who's just secured the sale of this compound to, and now you're telling him you've just saved his life. It's quite a hard sell. So it was straight disadvantage, but then then offset by Salothar helping you.
Persuasion. Persuasion. Oh, that's a dirty one.
Okay. Todd seemingly partakes in the soup and just slowly nods.
What I'm trying to say is, we need to shut the mine down. And from what I gather from Phineas, your business partner, they are sending in a caravan of troops, worksmen, and the like in tomorrow. You have the chance to make history here. And to save your skin. Is there a way in this mine that we can blow it up, collapse it?
You want to destroy the camp?
It's the only way, Todd.
Duskwatch has been here my whole life.
Todd?
I-
I look over to Voldret. We know exactly what it's like to lose the mountain you love. We've been there. Not easy.
Ooh.
You know what? That's less low, even for you.
Hang on, say that one again. The mic didn't catch it.
That's low, even for you.
Are you saying that to Torbjorn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I give Voldret a stern look. I know I wasn't there to send her home. I was stationed out. Let me at least.
Tears fall into his soup.
Oh. DM grabs popcorn. Let's go, boys.
You know what? I'm going for a walk.
Let me at least save this life.
He takes the stew and walks to the gate.
As you can see, Todd, don't do this lightly. If I could, I would still be on my station in the mountains, close to home. Don't always decide what tomorrow brings. You now have a chance, as one of the few in this world, to actually have an impact on what tomorrow might bring. And the choice you make tonight might affect everyone in this realm. So I ask again, do you know of a way to lapse this mine?
Nope. Can't say I do.
Are there any explosives in this encampment?
Maybe, but they're going to be very old. Decommissioned a long time ago.
All decommissioned
Be in the
gunpowder.
storehouse over there.
Gunpowder is still gunpowder. Alright. Guess after dinner I will have a look and see what I can cobble together.
What's Valdreth doing? Whilst he's going for his walk.
How many spell slots do I have left?
You still have spell slots?
I think I've got one left. I do. What kind of devastation can I make on a tree? You know what? I have one level 2 left, so I'm just gonna fire some guiding bolts into a tree.
Don't even need to roll to hit. The tree ignites with flame and light. What color is your spell?
Oh, in this instance, it'll be black.
Oh. Inky magic.
As you char the tree with your touch.
Above table, I'm assuming the staff still has the effect of my emotions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
It has all those bonuses. It's just not empowered because it's no longer in a proximity to Residium.
Oh, and then upon my returning to the party, you'll notice my tattoo is now purple. And also I gain a point of sanity,
Oh,
taking me to 9.
this poor homesick old dwarf.
Plus I know Varney's probably waiting for me there because he said that he's got stuff he's waiting for me.
So Lothar, what do you think? You have any ideas
I
how we
think
can
this is
stop the
one
caravan tomorrow?
knowing that he's probably got very heavily armed automatons, and he's probably going to come back with even more, given what he went through here. I'm not sure we can take him on and actually walk away from this. Or, I'd be fine with that if there was a chance of us winning, which I don't think there is. I don't like the odds here. Because all it takes is for him to be alive at the end. You know what? Not even that. All it takes is for any one of his entourage to be alive at the end. A fight like this over the mine, this signals that there's something there. We don't know whether he has any other business associates. If he vanishes here, what if somebody else comes? I'm not sure this is the hill we want to die on.
So what do you suggest? Blow up the mine and leave?
put a dent in it for now. Yes, slow them down while we figure out exactly. Because we'll never. The amount of residium that we know comes out of there, we'll never be able to stifle that, not entirely. No matter what we do, not from this position. We're going to need to figure out a way to play this game above this level somehow. We won't be able to stop the flow of residium. Maybe we can regulate it. Maybe we can prevent whatever catastrophe is going to happen here on another level. But we can only do that if we live enough past this, whatever this is.
Fair enough. What if we lock the caravan in line? Probably also wouldn't work. Half of them will stay
Same
outside.
thing. Same thing.
Is Voldred back with us already, or is he still out on his
Yeah,
own?
yeah, he's back and
I'm
he's got a purple tattoo now.
What's the tattoo?
It is of a star and a moon, and it's located on his neck.
Oh, okay.
Voldred,
Die.
familiar with lifts?
With what now?
Lifts.
Ah, magic, stone things, holy symbols. Yeah, the usual.
Looks like somebody got his voice back.
I don't you worry. I got a bit upset, you know. Don't like talking about me home.
Is it better to keep silent and not even let the memory breathe?
Oh, when you know. Varney's waiting for you. And you've been told not to give in.
I was thinking, what if we booby trap the mines with glyphs?
So the first scouts he sends in are going to die, but again,
I mean,
whatever we do to delay here, we need to be aware that we're only delaying it, and we need the next move.
yes, but if we don't delay it, then we're all gonna be gone in months from now.
Well, if we delay it, we're going to be gone in what, maybe 4, 6, whatever.
Well, that's-
Ariel,
Yes.
is there anything that we can do to stifle the residium flow at the very top?
It's a natural resource. I don't know how you can prevent it from forming.
Is it possible to close that portal?
Yeah, one, but again, there were more.
I know, but as far as we know, Finney's not aware of those as of yet. Gives us time to get to Phineas, to get to Barney potentially.
He's getting his residium from someplace, isn't he?
Probably.
So we're going to have to assume that he has access to residium already. Meaning there's a completely different level at which we want to play this. Again.
All right.
Well, didn't we go to Craig Keep? Didn't that have residium?
In Orkrop, yeah.
Oh, isn't that
Yeah.
place Cinders by now?
I mean, I kind of told Varney about it.
Ugh. That's the if that's the case. That's the worst place we want to go.
Well, that'll be where he's getting his residium from. I thought he'd burn it down, to be honest.
Nah. Nah, that's not how the Golden Keep works. If it's something that can be exploited, they'll exploit it. Doesn't matter what it is.
And then we had the Dominion.
Yeah, I don't know about that one, though. Didn't tell him about that one.
I know, but there was the old guy, Brutus.
Yeah, Bruce, you mean?
Brutus, yeah.
I'm not sure he's the one we want to be dealing with.
No, I'm just saying that the old guy had a portal into Bay. I don't know what happened to the old man. I presume he died in the chaos.
I doubt it.
There's a portal to the
Ariel?
Fae there.
Yes. She's very distraught. Like her mind is lingering on the things that just happened in the Feywild, and
You need some time to mourn, don't you?
yeah.
One way or another. How can we help?
You can't. But if we manage to prevent, the Feywild from becoming a residium mine, at least that will be in some way a success.
And how could we do that? Is there any way we can seal the Feywilds away, at least for a while?
Well,
Similar to how they did with the rest of the gods?
I'm glad you asked. Well, when the Fairy Queen showed me the second half of the stuff, it complete conceal realms. Well, send creatures back to the realms. Potentially seal them.
Okay. Ow.
No idea. I just know where the third bit is.
So that would be our recourse then.
Yeah. Do you think this item, if we reforge it, would be strong enough to help us?
We're going to need to consult some actual proper scholars about it.
I mean, it's the weapon that can end the world. I'm strong enough to save it.
Yeah, but do we know how to use it? Do we know how that ritual works? Varney might know, but then again, Varney's the last person you want holding that staff.
God, the same with Dan.
Although there's something else. There's another option we're not considering. My father, being the genius that he was, and the completely corrupt of an ass nobleman that he was, had plenty of collections of rare birds all throughout his domain because he traveled a lot. He had a lot of mistresses, and he just liked seeing his birds whenever he visited them. And as a consequence, he really hated foxes. White Mantle had those small little white foxes that probably came down from the north at one point that, would chew up his birds really good, really, really good. So he hired hunters, and they killed all those foxes into extinction. You know what happened within a few months? Whole place was overrun with rats. So I think in all this debate about the gods, we've always went under the assumptions that they were the intruders in our realm, one way or another. What if they're not? What if they're this realm's way of keeping things in balance? Because the kind of things that Residium can do, the way it can threaten the realm, that's not the kind of thing mortals are supposed to deal with or regulate. So what if we bring the foxes back? Instead of sealing your home away, Ariel, and sealing you away from your home, and condemning whoever else is there, still alive and walking, into complete isolation. What if we restore balance? What if we find a way to release everyone again? Sure, it's ugly if they do, because we all know that demons and devils are going to roam. But at the end of the day, is it any better that we have somebody like Varney or somebody like Phineas that would wield power that's completely beyond them?
Would I remember the ritual that was spoken whilst I was in the vision with the staff?
Which part are you trying to recall?
The part where they were doing the incantation to seal everyone away.
Only that in the languages you recall. They were somewhat consistent to be surmised as, and it wasn't as simple as this, but it was like naming the denizens of a realm and saying be banished henceforth to that plane, and then pick the next colloquial language of the next plane, and say denizens of that realm be banished henceforth to that plane. It was something along those lines. So, like,
So-
celestials be banished to Celestia, demons be banished to the abyss, and devils be banished to the hells, etc. Kind of thing.
I want to check a thingy, Bob. So, in theory, if I get into a room with all the languages and use comprehend languages, it says that any spoken language that I hear,
Mm-hmm.
I would be able to do the
You can
following.
comprehend it. It doesn't mean you speak it. Someone could talk to you in it, and it auto translates. It's like Doctor Who translation. It's just you automatically understand it, right?
Okay.
You would need to learn the words to speak them. So you assume. Doesn't
Oh,
necessarily mean you need to be fluent. But it was
fair
very
enough.
much an incantation that was being channeled.
Every incantation has a reverse. Logically speaking. So the incantation used to seal realms could open them.
Then I say we do
I
that.
need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please, Voldreth.
Oh no. Wisdom.
8. That is an 11 because of Sir Lothar. Yeah. That's all that creeps into your mind.
Do I recognize the voice?
It's a cacophony of whispers and screams and voices. It's not one. It's dozens.
I'm gonna go check on this supposed gunpowder that Todd was talking about.
All right.
I'm not comfortable with condemning an entire realm to isolation and death. I don't want the Fae might not be my kin. Fair enough. I don't want the blood of your people on my hands, Ariel. And I don't think it's fair for anyone to ask you to have it.
Of course.
As you make your way over to the storeroom, make me an investigation roll, Torben, please.
15.
15. You find some very old not yet thrown away housing boxes of coarse dynamite, some sticks that you look at and smell. Ugh, it's like at least 2-3 decades old. It'll give a hell of a boom if it can spark, but you're not quite sure how much there is. You look through, you maybe get like half a dozen sticks, no more. Really just the remains of an emptied storehouse here. Nothing more on that front. I will say, it's about this point. A sparrow lands on your shoulder, Seal.
Okay.
Nuzzles into your ear. Gives you a little peck. And then jumps off your shoulder as Zibdar materializes.
Ah.
And
Very.
as he stands tall, stretching out, cracks his neck. He he leans in and says, "They're about half a day's trek. The base of the mountain to the north. I counted
Mhm.
60 of those golems.
Wow.
We're in danger.
So they're really coming over to establish themselves here from the get-go.
It would appear so.
Can we use the terrain in any way to lighten the combat that we would have to face?
If they give us enough time to rest this evening, and perhaps you know a way to bring down the mountain itself."
Maybe with
Varish.
explosive weapons looking for those down.
Varish gives a little look and says, "Well, I'm not familiar with the spells myself, though I know they exist. A little beyond my capability."
60 columns. Jesus. There's so many.
Storben, you come back with your half a dozen sticks. You overhear this conversation.
So he does have the golems, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't be surprised if the golems chew through any rocks that we throw at them. Couple of days.
Would it be a better idea then to just go and find the other part of the staff? Cut our losses here. Try to use that to help us.
That's what I would suggest.
And what about trying to take down Orban or whatever leadership they might be bringing?
We can try, but it's basically a small army.
No, I say we cut our losses. Whatever happens, this war will not be won here. If we can bring it down and bring down the mine and slow the progress, yeah, it's a good choice. But 60's almost a company's worth of men. We have no chance of bringing them down on our own. So we find the rest of the staff, and then we see what we do.
Just to put it out there, having a completed staff will put a huge target on our backs anyway.
Well, even without a completed staff, we have that.
Yeah,
Yep.
true.
So,
All right, I'll see
But
what
it'll
I
only
can do
get
in the
worse
another-
if we have the full item.
what's another ring around the bullseye, huh?
I'll look over to Todd. Todd, do you know of any other entrances to the mine, or is this the one?
Just the one.
All right. How big is this entrance that we're talking about?
It's just a double door entrance.
I see.
It leads down into snaking left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, spanning stairways and vertical climb. Basically, whatever you just ascended to get out of the mine.
I will. I will go to the mine, and I will place all the explosives roughly 50 feet inside the mine.
Okay.
And I'll place it all on a pile. And out of my pocket, I will take out a small hen of Residium fragment that I've been carrying around since, I believe, the warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
And I will mix it in with the rest of the powder.
Okay.
And I will use a little bit of powder to make a small trail. Just
I'm going
as
to
a
need
fuse.
you to roll effectively a stability check here to make sure you don't do anything to catch, as you have sharp gemstones with dynamite, is what you're messing around with here. So that you have to handle this without creating a spark. I'd like you to give me. I'm thinking sleight of hand here. It's just not quite sure that's the right. With a 12, you feel and realize that one of the angles you have this, like you've got to be even more careful than you're doing, as you just for a split moment have the realization of what you're actually handling, and you go from very callously doing this to very meticulously doing this as you lay your trail, of course, an ignition trail to the end of the mine. Could have gone very badly very quickly, but just enough.
Good riddance. All right, everyone. Might want to take some cover, just in case.
Are we doing this tonight? Surely we should get some rest first in case this goes very wrong, says Zibdar.
I agree with Zifdar here. Let's get some rest. We can detonate it tomorrow. It's not that big of a rush.
I will get Lothar aside. What are the chances of this top guy messing with this in the night?
Well, that's why we set it up tomorrow.
Well, it's a bit late for that. It's ready to go.
I don't like this.
They're half a day's travel away. If we rest now, for all we know, they might actually pick up pace and get here before we wake up.
That's also a good point.
I say we blow it up
Let's-
now, and we set this place on fire.
Can you set? How long can you set the fuse for?
It's gunpowder. We're talking seconds here.
Okay, everyone else, you've got half an hour to clear as far away from this place as possible. I'll stay back with Torbjorn and light it up, and then we're going to run.
Before everyone goes, anything that's made of wood, set it afire, set it alight. We're burning this place down as much as we can.
Havoc, you, even though in the darkness as the sun has set at this point, his red skin almost reflective of the fire that burns in his eyes with glee as you say this, and you watch as his horns ignite and his fists open, and he is just very happy to oblige. Now? Like right now?
As soon as everyone's packed their stuff, we can get going. I say we rendezvous just outside the fort. I will get us to a safe place somewhere in the forest after we're done.
How big? You said you put residium in, right?
It's 50 feet into the hallway. If
Do you
anything,
have any idea what kind of an explosion that can cause?
I've no clue, but I know my mountains. The mountain
No, that's
itself
why
will
I'm
move.
going to. That's why I'm going to suggest that everybody clear out a little bit farther than that. Let's settle on a proper rendezvous point, but let's clear out properly.
Yeah. Lothar, you lead them to a safe place. I'll manage my way out of here as this place
Yeah,
is
no,
going down.
you're not doing this on your own. And he is going to whistle and summon the steed he hasn't ridden in a while.
Very well.
He can take an extra dwarf.
All right. I guess we start burning things down as soon as everyone's ready to go.
All right.
And as we do, Lothar, I think it's time.
Hmm?
Get
I'm going to help him
some distance.
help him get on my
Oh, I see.
help
what
him
you're
get on
going
my
for.
steed.
All right.
Help him get on my steed and bolt.
Wherever you decide to go, get the horse away from the entrance. Anything in the same line as the entrance, expect a full jet of rock to shoot out.
Yeah.
All right.
So for perspective, the entrance of this cave is like 50 feet below where you are stood on this compound.
What do you mean 50 feet below?
So you came out of the cave. I thought you recalled this from last time. The cave is underground. Okay. The mine shaft goes to the surface and exits out onto the compound that you are stood in.
Yes, I'm blowing up the mine shaft. Like the entrance
Yes.
from outside into the mountain.
Got you. Understood. Now I'm on board. Okay.
Yeah. So the gunpowder trail leads just outside, roughly.
Yep.
And
I thought you were actually going into the tunnel towards where the portal was, setting it there. You're just blowing up the infrastructure. Excuse me, the infrastructure around the actual cave entrance.
Yeah.
Got you. All right then.
All right.
Havoc obliges, and anybody who has PTSD, it is now invoked from watching a village burning down.
Oh my god.
As Todd is silent, stunned, and mortified with the events that have transpired this day, but has no strength to object to you.
Right. As soon as everyone's out and the place is burning, I will put a tinderbox to the gunpowder. And I will
All right
signal
then.
to Lothar to get the hell out of here.
Yeah, he
Okay.
is ready with the horse.
All right. As you canter off at full speed, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 15 seconds. The second loudest noise you've heard in the last 24 hours detonates. You both take 1 psychic damage as your eardrums both erupt and bleed profusely. To describe this as previously a mountaintop overlook, a campsite with a mine shaft entrance overlooking the sheer cliff face off to the coast to the west of this peninsula. The only apt description for it now is a small avalanche of rock and stone of the fortified mountainside above it, crashing down and leveling the encampment. I wasn't even going to roll the 100 d6s because, you know, what's the point?
Mhm.
But quite frankly, Camp Duskwater is no more. And if you could ever see... Have you guys seen the meme?
Which meme?
This. I'm going to put it in memes. This is the look on Todd's face. PTSD soldier, for those listening.
Mhm.
Poor Todd.
Oof.
As you head off into the night further down this slope, that shockwave, that thunder, echoes beyond the very mountain itself. You know, everybody will have heard that. Probably even as far as the Golden Keep. We will come to the end of tonight's session, as the party will decide where their adventure takes them next. You can end the recording there.